Hi friends, it's Mari here for Honeybee Stamps. I'm going to be creating a card today with a gorgeous Seeds of Kindness stamp and coordinating die set. This is another die set that coordinates with this set so well. It's the Seed Packet standalone die, and it just gives you this really cool die cut piece that you can use for any type of project. This is the Seeds of Kindness stamp set, and what I'm going to do is use the lemon stamp to stamp the image on the front of my seed packet. So you can see that I've got that die cut piece in my Mini Misti. I'm just going to stamp this out with some slow drying black ink here, and then I'm going to do a little bit of heat embossing just to create a really nice raised and shiny image on the front of my seed packet. So I'm just adding some clear embossing powder over top of that black ink. I'll melt that now with my heat tool, and this is just going to leave a really nice raised surface. So I decided that I would do a little bit of watercoloring on this image. I'm using my Caron markers, and I'm going to start off here by laying down a little bit of water on my lemon with my number 6 silver watercolor brush. I'm then just going to go in with my Canary brush or pen, I should say. This is my Caron Canary watercolor pen. That's a mouthful. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of this pigment at the bottom of the lemon, and then I'll just use my watercolor brush to move that pigment upwards. And what that's going to do is leave the darkest color at the bottom of the lemon and then just add a little bit of a lighter shade of the yellow to the top area of the lemon, and I just love how this looks. I did exactly the same thing here with the second lemon on this image, so I'm not going to show you coloring that because it's basically just exact same process that I used here for this first lemon. And the colors that I'm going to use for the leaves are apple and olive green, and again these are Caron markers. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of water, add that to the area where the leaf is. I'm going to start off with my olive green at the bottom of the leaf, and then I'll add a little bit of the apple. So you can just see here I'm adding that in, and there's already water on my paper, so it's going to start to move already a little bit. I'll just use my clean brush to pull that up, and now I'll just go in and add a little bit of that apple color, which is just a little bit of a brighter green. And now what I'll do is just go in with my brush and just kind of take a little bit of that ink off on the top portion of the leaf, just to make it look like there's a little bit of a lighter spot on the leaf, and it just makes it look a little bit more interesting in that way. I will show you coloring one more leaf here, but then the rest of the leaves I do in the exact same way. So again, just going down with a little bit of clear water, adding in the 2 different colors of green, and then blending them together just a little bit and picking up any pigment with my brush when it doesn't have any water sort of left in it, any soppy water. And here you can just see I'm just going to blend that out. This is just a really nice look, and it's a really easy process. I'm using Bristol smooth paper here so that my paper's not pilling or anything like that. It's not as good as, I would say, watercolor paper if you're planning on using a ton of water, but if you're just using a little bit of water as I am here, this is really perfect, and it's really nice to stamp on as well. This is the Modern Spring Gingham Galore paper pad. This is from the Modern Spring release. So beautiful. And what I did was I used the A2 Scallop Frames dies from Honeybee and cut out a little insert for my little seed packet. Now I'm going to use some double-sided adhesive on the little flaps of the seed packet, and I'm going to close up my little pouch here, so you can just see I've got the adhesive there. I'm just going to close up the pouch, and that just creates this really sweet little envelope for the front of my card. So there you can see the coloring's all done. I just love the black embossing on there, looks so good. And here's how that little insert fits in there. You could add a little note or a little gift card, whatever you'd like. Now I'm going to be using one of the new Pierce Leaves cover plates and the scallop frame dies again to create a base for my card front here. And so you can just see here I've got that all die cut out, and I'm going to add some of the Honeybee Precision Liquid glue to the back of this piece. I'm going to put that onto my top folding A2 size card base here, and that's just going to add a really nice texture to my card front, just to add a little bit of detail. This is a Seeds of Kindness coordinating die set, and you can see how it die cuts out that sentiment that is from the Seeds of Kindness stamp set, and that can be layered over top of this banner that you can just see here. There's that die set that I was talking about, and that will just work perfectly with the sentiments that are in that stamp set. I'm going to add a little bit of foam adhesive strip to the back of the sentiment Seeds of Kindness and add that over top, lay that over top of that little die cut banner. And then that can be laid over top of the banner that's on the stamp. So you could leave the stamp as it is, where it has the lemons on it. But you could also add a different sentiment on there as well, which I think is really fun. And it just makes the set even more versatile. So here you can just see I'm adding with my tweezers that sentiment onto that banner. You can just see how nice and dimensional that is. And this just fits perfectly over top of that banner on the front of that stamped image. I'm going to add a little bit of liquid adhesive there and get that down. And you can see I've already tied some twine to the front of my seed packet. I just thought that added some really fun texture to the front of the card as well. I'm going to add this onto my card front here with some foam adhesive dots. These are really awesome adhesive dots from Honeybee that are sold in the Honeybee shop, and I will be sure to link up to these as well. They're really awesome because they have a little tab on the back that allows you to easily take the backer off. And they're just a really nice size. I really love these adhesive dots a lot, actually. Okay, so here you can just see I'm going to add that centered onto the front of my card. Just looks so pretty. I love that. I love those lemons. I think they're just really stunning. I am going to trim the twine off just a little bit so that it's not quite so long. And I'm just going to take my scissors here, just trim that off. And I'm also going to be using the brand new warm pearls from Honeybee. I'm going to use the kind of the goldy colored ones. And I love how these are just matte and they're just beautiful. I love them so much. And I'm going to take some of the tiniest ones and just add them onto the stem of the lemon. I just think that just adds a little bit of nice bling to the front of the card. And that's going to finish my card off today. So I really love how this turns out. I'm going to show you a close up here right away here in this next frame on the video. And you can just see close up how that looks. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check the description box below for all of the products that I've used today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, friends.